There's Jackson. Hold on. Oop. Clicked yourself out.
Teams to review today.
That's good. Be nice and quick. And then are we doing UFC as well or no?
I don't have it ready yet, but I'm probably gonna try to finish, like, knock that out after this as quickly as I can. So if you guys are still down, maybe in a few hours, I'll hit our group chat and we can talk about it.
Sounds good. Probably just knock it out tomorrow then.
Word.
Do this for today. All right, we'll go ahead and get started then. Right. Lamar, David Montgomery, Bijan Robinson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Garrett Wilson, TJ Hawkinson, Lad McConkey. Yeah, great team. Yeah, not much to be said. Just keep an eye on Jonathan Brooks' timeline. Sick team. Not much to be said here.
Run with it.
You have the decision between Pickens or Reed.
And that trade on the far
right. I personally want Reed, but I can see an argument for Pickens. Like, they're both high quality receivers. It's just like Reed's going to be more used on a consistent basis.
What do you think about that trade?
I'm not opposed to it, but if Isaiah Pacheco comes back, like, what are you going to do at running back? Like, you kind of screw yourself then. Like, you add a lot of depth at receiver, which is sick, but you already have Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
Rashad.
And they have Mike Evans coming back too. Like, I don't think you really have room to get rid of, like, you're lower on RBs, I would say, than you are on wide receivers right now.
Yeah, like having Bijan and JT right now is better, especially considering that, like, without Richardson, JT's been doing well. I don't know. I'm trying to think how else I would do this. I don't know, maybe try to sell high on Josh Downs. I wouldn't be surprised that if we see Steichen potentially get fired in the next couple weeks. Mm-hmm. It's entirely possible. You'll be able to get James Cook for what?
I don't mind the idea in general, though, when you have Jaden and Kyler to try to do something with one of them. I don't know if you want.
No, I think that's smart. I just wouldn't be like getting rid of like a top tier running back with Jaden Daniels, even for Pickens and Nico Collins. Like, you're only able to fill one flex. You have Deebo, so it's like you have a rotation in theory, but it's like then you have Bijan and then like Kareem Hunt until Pacheco comes back, which could be sooner rather than later. Jordan Mason's not going to be relevant rather soon, so it's probably going to be Christian McCaffrey. And then Rachaad White, I just don't think you can trust enough consistently. But yeah, that's really about it for that team. All right, Braden in a 10-man. Kyler, Brees, Tony, Marv, Justin Jefferson. Yeah, another great team. Same kind of theme goes with Kareem Hunt here. Tyrone Tracy looking awesome. QJ, just don't understand how he went from 0 to hero, but congratulations to him. Jonathan Brooks, important timeline coming soon.
I think Olave is probably done for the season, which sucks, but
yeah, I think he's done so as well. Trying to see anything else that you could really do with this squad. I would try to sell high on Tony Pollard. I just think that Tajay is going to get more usage once he's fully healthy there. But outside of that, you just kind of need a more consistent RB3, realistically, like dependent upon like Pacheco's timeline. Because it's like I like Kareem Hunt a lot without Pacheco, but he's variable. That is questionable. The Jonathan Brooks, will he come back and be helpful? We'll see. But then, yeah, I think Grant's right about Olave. But yeah, without repeating too much more, that's really about it. Nice team. On to Jay. Darnold, Kyron, Kamara, Tyreek, Pittman, Schultz, Deontay. He's worth nothing now. I would not have started Deontay over Zeke. Definitely would not have done that. Would have kept Trey McBride in over Schultz as well. Higgins, you have to move out. That's fine. Pittman, I mean, he projected well, but he ultimately sucked. Yeah, I mean, it's a fine team. It's just all about, like, can Tyreek return to form? We'd like to think so. We'll find out soon enough. Deontay Johnson, I just have zero faith in him, even when he is healthy in this offense. But we will see. We will see.
Don't you think they had some sort of plan, though?
You'd like to think so, but, like, but then again, like, I don't know. The whole trade market's kind of messing with my head since Jonathan Mingo got traded for more than DeAndre Hopkins. It's just, I don't get it. I don't know. You'd like to think they did, but we'll see. Probably another great receiver.
They had a plan for D-Hop, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was like a need, though.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're going to use this guy in this specific role.
Yeah.
Whereas Deontay, like, I still don't really get it, like, what the point of that trade was. And it's also like,
well, you get a receiver that can actually run a route.
Yeah, but, like, if you're the Cowboys, why a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo?
Yeah, I mean, that's totally right.
Like, when you could have apparently spent that on Deontay. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is like that.
Yeah.
That's the part where I'm like,
the Jonathan Mingo pickup was the classic cheapskate move from Jerry.
I just don't know what that is.
The money is way different, which is obviously why Deontay went for what he went for.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, it's still mind-numbing to me. But overall, this is just, I see concern for the receiving room. That's the area of concern.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sell high on Zay. I like him a lot, but these two do technically have an impact on each other as the season progresses. So we will see. All right. Jaden Daniels, King Henry, Alvin Kamara, Amon St. Brown, Drake London, Dalton Kincaid, Jaden Reed. Fun squad. I like it a lot. Like your
so many receivers on the bench.
Really strong team. If anything, like you probably need maybe like a third rotating running back, but like you're probably fine without even needing to do that, to be honest. Like,
I would trade some receivers, probably.
Yeah, that's the likely correct move.
DK and
Can
Reed.
we go back to the other one real quick for a sec, Wells? There's one more thing I think I had. I wouldn't be same thing here. It's like don't be housing 2 QBs, 2 tight ends, 2 kickers on the same roster. It's pretty limiting.
That's correct. I didn't even notice that. Good point. But yeah, overall, really strong team. Just probably need to get it a little bit more well-rounded, as they say. Magic Man. Well, the Magic aren't very magical, man. Ted Man, any thoughts on possible trades? Well, before I get into that,
I have 2 starting lineups here. One sec, let me go back to Magic.
You're all good. I'm gonna rant about my weekend and injuries.
Right.
Like it was just awful. You started off with Paolo, and you're just like, oh, that's great, love that. And then I'm just like, you know what, DJ Lagway. I'm actually pretty enticed to be interested in his career. No one wants to talk about him this weekend. I think he goes in and he upsets Georgia, and no one's gonna expect it. And guess what happens? First play of the drive, he launches a 70-yard nuke for a touchdown to open the game up. And then right after that, what's he do? I don't even know what the injury was. I don't know if he's out for the season or what it is, but he left the game, which was just ridiculous.
Man.
Painful. Then I go to the weekend. Bam. Chris Olave, out for the game. Bam. Drake London, out for the game. Puka Nacua, bam, out for the game. Lovely weekend. Lovely weekend. Gotta love fantasy. Any possible trades? I mean, I like the team you have here. Like, in theory, you could try to sell high on Devonta Smith, but that's not the most ideal. I like Jonathan Brooks. I like Jaden Reed. You can rotate your quarterbacks if need be. You can rotate your tight ends if need be. There's a really strong team with good depth. And then who knows? Maybe Deontay Johnson will become the alpha receiver on that team for all we know. But we will see. He's probably like a better piece for like the playoffs. Like if you're playing fantasy in the sense of like you're actually playing it like for the Super Bowl. So if the Ravens go to the Super Bowl, he's probably like no one wants to click him. But he might have
looking at teams that have like that are running primarily man or something, like you get a guy that can actually beat a dude with a route, whereas Zay, you're getting a lot of like screens and a lot of work to try to get him open in space. And the receivers they had before that could run routes, the hands are shaky. So
Zay's just a jitterbug.
To get a guy who can actually beat a dude in one-on-one coverage and has the hands to catch the ball. But
Ravens versus Eagles could be a good spot for him. Ravens versus Eagles could be a good spot for him. They play a lot of man.
Yeah.
All righty. Outside of that, really strong squad. All right. 12-team redraft, half PPR, 5-1, no tight end, 2 flex. Lamar Jackson, HN, Hall, Deontay Johnson, Booper Bupp, Ingram, Odunze. Yeah, strong team. I like it a lot. Trying to think of like what to really say here because it's like you have Metcalf that can replace Deontay. I think Odunze is going to continue to get better. Ingram and Taysom Hill are fine for tight ends. Like in theory, probably you want to beef up your receiving core a little bit. I think it's honestly fine where it's at. I don't know. Anything you guys would add to this?
I don't think so. I think you pretty much got it.
A lot of Deontays.
A lot of Deontays. A lot of dead bags.
DK staying there is probably the best thing for his rest of season outlook, so I like that move.
Yeah. But yeah, that seems to be about it. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All 0 of you.
Go vote if you're watching.
Go vote if you haven't already. But yeah, until next time, peace, y'all.
Peace.